Hey everyone, I'm back. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the book that we started reading. Let me put my regular chat up. Hi to everybody that comes through. Hi to all the silent viewers. I know that these last couple weeks have been very rough not coming on here. Mm, I'm still. Hey Jesse. I'm still in a place I really don't even want to talk about the place that I'm in as far as how I feel and stuff. Just know the struggle is still very much real, and I had to pry myself out of it to just try to get this part done because it's like I think I failed at the movie night thing, but maybe the book club thing it will do better. I don't know. Still trying to figure this all out. Still trying to figure out where I fit in. Hey Susan, Jesse, did you start reading the book again? Um, I think you guys are the only two that agreed to wanting to read the book. Just stayed focused on the day by day. Yeah, I just wanted to be real about circumstances and not be like, oh, it's just I'm getting over this thing. No, I'm still right in the middle of what I'm trying to get through, and like I said, that just makes it harder and it makes me willing to just give up on this and all this everything. But I'm just still trying. That's all I could say is I'm still trying, but still definitely in the thick of it for sure. But I did read. I still didn't watch any of the movies. I watched a movie today, which was at least I got focused enough to watch a movie. Um, because I really haven't been watching anything. I just been listening to music and just feeling the feels. That's about it. Not yet. I'm tomorrow since I'm free tomorrow. I can knock out a good amount. How many chapters are we doing? We were doing 3 chapters each night if we could get it done. I don't know if you want to call it vibing out. More like crying out. I was just like I said, I don't want to ignore, I don't want to dissociate. I have to feel like this without trying to float away and pretend like it doesn't exist. It's like I just have to feel these things because I can't fill in things with excuses anymore or anything like that. Like I have to really know the way certain people are. I really have to believe when people show themselves to you. You have to believe it. You have to believe it. You can't try to cover it up because you still want them in your life badly. You have to be like, hey, this is what it is. You can't make it anything else but what it is, and that's what I'm trying to deal with, and that's very fucking hard. So, and then like I said, there's been YouTube drama and all that other stuff that I didn't think I would get. Especially when I haven't really been doing anything but trying to do things that are fun. Perfect, I can do more, but I can have 3 read before tomorrow night for sure. Do you care if we do the first 3 since you already read the book? That's just the introduction of the book, basically. And then you join in when we do what, chapters 4 through, what would it be? 4, 5, 6. Drama needs to stay back in high school. Yeah, that's what, I don't get it, but oh, a big thing about these books is in the beginning, I just want to say, yeah, you can talk about it, and I'll catch back up quick. Okay. The big thing about this book, I want to say that they did smart, I guess, is, in these days, they put a trigger warning. Um, it tells you to look up what the trigger warnings are, but I'll read what the trigger warnings are. I don't. Hey, Desi. Even though YouTube will probably slow me down, but it is a trigger warning on these books, which, like I said, I guess is good because everybody's a lot sensitive these days. Even though I would know what to expect when something is called literally on wings of blood. You know what I mean? But some people need a trigger warning these days. So it says that was the first book I ever. Yeah, this is a lot. But you know what? I don't want anybody to buy this book and get triggered. It says abduction, assault, blood and gore, blood play, bullying, child abuse, dang, death, dubious consent, don't even know what that is, emotional manipulation, graphic violence, injury, threat to animals, mental health issues, murder, non consensual blood feeding, non consensual mind control, physical abuse, power imbalance, psychological abuse, threat of sexual assault, strong sexual tension, substance abuse, suicidal ideation, and torture. So, if any of those things are going to give you, fuck with you, don't buy the book, don't read the book. But I think when you think about vampires and you know about vampires and stuff like that, that's pretty much what comes with the territory, you know? Um, yeah, I didn't read the trigger warnings. Just glanced, okay, as the usual, exactly. They always make the warnings more harsh than it really is. Yeah, because it's just saying the words out loud and reading them, they're gonna seem, yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, I didn't get into it, but we live in a way more sensitive world these days, so I guess they have to do that. They said there's more in detailed trigger warnings on the website, I guess, on their website, but they said those would be more of telling, giving, ruining the story by telling you them. So if you want to go on the website and look at, hold on a second. Okay, interesting. What was I gonna say? So, oh yeah, they said it basically would ruin the story. It would give, parts of the story away. So if you wanted to go in for a more detailed list of the trigger warnings, you could go on the website for the books and read it. But they, like I said, they said it would be spoiling the story doing that and writing it in the beginning of the book. So I guess they're being responsible for, that type of stuff. Um, so yeah, Susan, do I dare ask? Do you want to start it off? Susan's gonna be like, wait a minute, let me go back to chapter one. But yeah, people, if you're used to vampire stuff, it's gonna be your basic vampire stuff. That's all that has to do with vampires. I will say, before Susan says something, I will say with these books, for me, I feel kind of, which I thought I would be frustrated. I thought it would be this way, where this is the first book of this, but there's other books that are written, obviously, that are other stories, and then this is a continuation in a way of another story. So basically, the characters they already bring in are telling a tale of what it was before, and I sort of don't like that because it's taking away from the story because they're saying, well, back then, relating to the other books, and it's like, well, if it's that way, make it one continuous series. Don't always go back to these other books. It just I think it takes away from detailing, describing the characters and stuff. That was kind of frustrating for me. I don't like when they do that. Yeah. Um, I like they took forever to describe one of the main character because they were saying, well, they had to keep on going back to the other things with what she was before and all that stuff. If it's really like that, then make it all the books under one title, not, hey, to buy these three books from this part and these three books from that. Like, that's not cool. Even my book, one of my books that I read are, uh, did I miss something? Wait, I had to miss something. But one of my books I read there's like 30 books in the one series, right? And even each book you can read individually that like it's you don't think, oh, what's missing. This book you're really like, oh, what did I miss? What are all these things I missed? Hold on, getting these boys situated and having a hot flush. Oh, okay, at the same time I don't like this shit. Okay. I don't like when we go, yeah, from present to past. That drives me insane. Exactly. But I deal with it. Take a cold shower, lava girl. Oh, I thought somebody was saying something. You're talking to Susan. Hang on in there, Susie. Get the neck fan. It helps. Yeah. I just turned the AC down a notch. Just you wait, young. Oh, okay. But yeah, that definitely takes a lot away from this book. Them mentioning the past. And I guess it's to sell, the prior books and stuff like that, but you're taking a lot away from this little series. So let's wait till Susan cools down a little bit. What have you guys been up to? Like I said, I've just been trying to fill the fills. Grandbaby had his birthday. Um, I was happy about that, and I was really happy about that. That is what I felt after. It doesn't take away from his birthday, but at that night I felt like, damn it, this was my grandbaby's first, birthday, and nobody texted or called me and was like, hey, and I'm like, nobody in my family ever thought, okay, this is the first grandbaby's first, nobody said, how did it go? Nothing like that. So that made me really, really sad. I'm like, wow. It felt worse than my birthday if I didn't hear from much people, and then hearing like from zero people, I was just like, first I'm like, am I supposed to feel this crappy? Maybe people, aren't supposed to say anything to me, but that's not how it's supposed to be. So, yay, it was his birthday, but also that really brought me down. Wait, did we share a B day? Happy first birthday. His was a day before yours. I just been doing sports with the older kiddos, teething and mommy and me groups with baby and dealing with migraines, so going pretty well. The teething is I've never seen teething in the way babies are teething these days. Like, I never seen like he already has, what is it, 8 teeth? I don't know. I'm like, when does the pain of teething? They built all their teeth as pain and teething. I just don't remember that with the kids I've been around and all the slobbering and stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh. Thank you guys. That really hurts with family that remember or care for a big milestone. That's what I was saying. Like, what the heck? But thank you guys. But I was like, am I supposed to feel bad? Feel bad? I'm like, shit, I feel bad. That's what it is. I feel bad. I shouldn't question the fact that I'm feeling bad. I should just allow myself to feel bad. I always think, oh, am I supposed to feel like, fuck that? I felt that way. I still feel that way when I think about it. I'm sick of trying to talk myself out because I'm not. I could take a lot of stuff, and I do take a lot of stuff. Um, so I need to stop trying to act like I shouldn't have felt that type of way. Baby has 6 teeth and 4 cutting. His gums are so all red. Teasing has been bad for him. That's why I said I've never seen it with my baby, a grandbaby. He got every day it's been. There hasn't been hardly any days where he hasn't been suffering from teething since he started. It's crazy. So the first chapter, a girl finds herself awakened in a pile of bodies. Barnabas yells out, "Master, this one is still alive," while everyone is wondering, how did anyone survive? So the master says, bring. There will be pauses because we gotta allow Susan to write and everything. The name was Barnabas, right? Or am I. Because R and N's together in here? I think it was Barnabas. Her here. Wait, her. I don't know what. Only her here, and Barnabas is eyeing her up and sniffing her, wanting to bite. And Master says no, but he didn't listen, so Barnabas gets his ass killed. His head was taken off it. um, yeah. Happy birthday, Jesse and Babykins. Yeah. Yeah, his head was like, shoops. Here's when you count on fam and close wants to show you and yours love. That way you do, the way you do, or would for them, especially when it comes to the babies. Yeah, exactly. Um, but first, remember the, what's it called? What do they call it? When it describes the preface, is it? No, preface. Prologue. I don't know how to say that. What is that word at the beginning? What? How do? Well, I don't know how to say that. Prology. I don't know. I don't know. I done said it like 5 words. Whatever that word is that Jesse put in there. What is that exactly? Is that's like telling what happened before, or that's like telling what happens at the end? I don't. Yeah, Susan. I know I've been slacking on. Let me see, because that's the part that. So just as the introductory, but is that part of the book? So it is prologue. So that's really. So basically, did it give names? Yeah, so it's part of the other set of the books. That's what makes me mad about this. They're given spoilers and or wait, it's part of the book. Yes, I think it's. I'm not reading. I'm not saying that part. Then. Yeah, basically, I'll say what Susan said. No names, but talks about a blood binding. Yeah, exactly. But you could tell from how this is going. All right, what was it? No, I don't know how to sing. Do you know how to sing? You don't have to answer that because I don't really care. Okay, let's see. So yeah, we don't. I don't know how we're gonna. I'm trying to figure out what's the right way to did I do the right one? Okay. I always skip it. That's what I should have did. Because if that's how this, I'm gonna be mad if that's how this, which if that's how this ends. I feel like I'm gonna be mad. That's why I'm not gonna say anything uh about it because I'm gonna be mad. So just don't read that part if you guys get this book because it's not right. But I'm wondering. Okay, anyway. So we talk about Barnabas trying to get a little taste of the woman. And when they described it, did Susan say it? When they describe Barnabas, they describe sharp. She describes sharp rat like teeth. A man with sharp rat like teeth, like sniffing her out and telling her how good she smells and she's not like the others, and letting his master know that he found someone special through the rotting bodies. So, like I said, even the master told him, "Don't touch her, just bring her here." And he was like, "No, I'm basically gonna, bite her anyway." But he didn't get that chance. So when that happened to her, he fell like on her body. He got beheaded, fell on her body, and she looked up and saw, other people, and I think what he told her to come here at first, and she wasn't trying to move. She was trying to like so pretend like she wasn't there, just to have them avoid her and go on their merry way. It's an introduction to the female character, so she redheaded with, yeah, but that's not. They didn't get to that point part. It's more than an introduction. If that's in this book, it's telling the ending or the middle, wherever the hell it is. We don't know yet. But yeah, so basically they were looking her over, and um they he tells her to get up and come to him, and she was just like, no, I ain't going to you, then he was like asking her what's her name, where she's from, and she didn't want to tell him nothing because it's like she didn't know where she was or anything, and she was naked. So a whole lot happened. She was busy, yeah. So basically they're going back and forth, and she could see like they're describing him, and well, she's describing him, with their little banter back and forth, and basically she's saying that he has to be part of something, um, higher up because of how he's put together, and how everybody is looking at him, and basically following him like he's in charge type of person, and I'm trying to think that I missed anything in like the middle of it, but he basically tells, he was looking her up and down, obviously trying to figure out who she was, and then she was just like, "Look all you want," like, but she really didn't. She felt uncomfortable, so he was like, "Get her something to wear." He had a person give their cloak to her at first. And then they were just going back and forth. Like it wasn't really anything that gave away any details. Like who are you? She didn't give away who she was. Um, and it was just like, okay. come here. She was like, no. Then he was like, if you don't come here, I'm going to have you chained, chained up, and you're going to be coming with me regardless. And she was like, yeah, whatever. That's, and so they put her in chains and, well, gave her clothes, put her in chains, and had her walking the way to where they were going. She didn't know where they were going. She didn't know what world she was in. She didn't know anything. She was trying to make an assumption like, okay, maybe she died from the world that she was in, and now she's in another world, because she died. So she's still trying to figure out what the heck happened to her, how she ended up here. She has no clue. And then, like I said, the people. Well, while she stood next to the man, she did say that he had the same type of teeth as Barnabas, and right then she was just like, "Oh, like you're a vampire." He was like, "Duh, what do you think?" But what was his name, Susan? His name. I wish they would give people better names and stuff. Do you remember it, or should I? Because you're better at remembering the names than me. Or did you just remember Barnabas? She didn't give her name or anything at this point. She was saying she didn't remember her name. She didn't remember where she was, from or anything. Blake. But when you're of royalty or whatever, it's like Sir Blake, blah 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 blah. That's how it was. Uh, so yeah, they were walking, chatting it up. Like I said, nothing big. He's a prince. Okay. So basically, they make it back to where they are, and there's like these three different islands. And they describe the three different islands. I don't even know if they're going to be fucking with the other two islands. But all that stuff is like, for me, in my head, it's like, I don't care. Unless you're going to be on those islands, don't tell me about it. But might have something to do with it. But one island had, obviously, fangs, so they're going to be going to that island. And that's where they ended up. Um, I don't know, Susan, fill out anything that you want to, because I'm all like, blah, blah, and then the, because some parts were so, like, get on with it. More like get on with it, because they were always telling the other story and not this story you're in. Um, there was the prince and his assistant guard guy. Oh yeah. So what was that like? Like almost when they were there, the the assistant goes running to him and saying, we have to take her here. And he was like, no, we're gonna take her to our home. But he already sent a letter ahead of time to the other overall place to tell them that they found this person. That I guess they assumed that she was from another place and everything already. Like I said, they don't really talk about it, except like her hair is different or something like that. The prince told his guy to give her his cloak to cover. Yeah, I said, girl, sometimes you be missing when you always talk. You said I talk too fast sometimes. I said they gave her the cloak first, and then before they left, he said get her some clothes, and they chained her up and started walking. But the assistant guy came right before they went into the it was at a castle. I don't know if you want to. I think it was how they described it, but they don't know if they technically said the word castle. It was just basically island, but there were gates and stuff like that. When they go in, everybody like separates from them and lets them through, and they go up where there's the king and the queen. And I know my internet is slow, like 10 to 15 minutes seconds behind. Oh, okay. Um, there's king and queen, and everybody waiting for them. And right away, I'm trying to think of, was it the queen? I don't think it was the queen. Right away, somebody went up to them and instantly pulled out some of her hair, and the prince was like, um, Blake was like, "No, we're not doing that," and like basically snatched it from the person and put it in his pocket. He's just basically like, "We're not doing all that." Um, like they already wanted to turn her into like already do tests on her and all that stuff to figure out where she's from. And he was just like, "No, we're not doing all that right now." And while she was in the place and everybody was talking to each other and stuff, she was looking around and she saw that why her hair stood out because she had red hair, because everybody else like had silver or gray or like forms of that kind of hair. Besides like her, everybody else, didn't have that color. So she was like, "Oh, I'm really not from the time I was in, my time. She's in a whole different time, a whole different place." And at that point, something in her head started talking to her, a voice that she didn't hear before. And obviously, that's why I said it was like, what do you call the voices in your head when you're a vampire? Where you could talk to each other. That's why I said if she's not a vampire, then that means she got bit and that's what killed her, and then that's when the why she's here. But wouldn't she be a vampire by now? That's the tricky part of it. Well, anyway, there's somebody in her head telling her to basically go along with everything and don't protest too much. And then she was just like, "Shut the hell up, voice in my head. I didn't ask you." And so the people were talking about her and stuff like that. Then the king was like, there are three things. Was it the queen that said there are three things? Somebody said basically, there are three things we could do. And that was give her to the higher up people and see what they do to her, or use her and, what's it called? Do tests on her, figure out where she's from and stuff like that through that. Or basically, you put her in the lab and do all that stuff. Or keep her to breed, basically, because she's a pure blood of whatever she is, and so are they. So there wouldn't be their breed would be a new breed if they started it. So they decided to do that. Oh, okay. It was Blake's first betrothed to be his wife that pulled her hair. Okay. So there was somebody hating on her in the crowd, and she didn't understand why the person was hating on her so much. But so basically, the king decided the third part was what was going to happen, that she was going to breed with somebody, and he decided that she was going to breed with Blake. And so, right when he decided that, she said she felt like a stinging, a slash, and when she looked down, her and Blake's wrists were together. Well, basically, I don't know how else to say it. You know, if they were, I don't know what else to say without being triggered things. The wrists were together. Um, you know, Let me see if Susan comes up with a nice word for it, or anybody else comes up with a nice word for it. Lucius is the helper card. Okay. I mean, basically, they did what vampires do for marriage or whatever you want to call it. Uh, I don't even know if that's gonna go for it. I think people could assume what happened there. Um, so when that was all done, they healed very easily. She healed very quickly, and when she healed, there was no. They didn't. They didn't do that part. When they what's it called? When they healed, there was a heart after it healed. Was it in a heart, Mark? Yeah, that part. I'm not saying. Sorry, we don't know how to do this. What else are we supposed to do? So, on that part, after that part happened, she looked up and she saw the woman that pulled out her hair, looking back, and she was. And oh no, the king said, "Well, you blah blah blah, all these things," and then it's like, "This is your second. This will be your second betrothed or betrothed." So she thought about it and she's like, "Oh, he already has a woman." And she looked up and it was a girl that pulled her hair and spoke up about her. So she knew that the lady basically hated her. And when she looked up, her lip was from biting it, was bleeding from biting it. That's how mad the chick was. And, it was like she didn't want him. It wasn't her choice. How are you gonna get mad at the person that has no choice? Yeah, her scar turned into heart shape. Yeah. So that was it. She didn't have no choice in the matter. They were like, "Here you go, you guys are together." And that's his second chick, not his first. Stepped away and now I'm lost. Is this the book? Yeah, it's the first three chapters of the book. Um, so then they ended up where he took her somewhere, and it was basically he took her to a school, and he's like, "This is where you're going to be going to school." And she was like, "School? What the heck?" Yeah, she's a sassy girl. I like her. Which one though? The one that's the what's the heck's the main character's name? They said it too. I don't like when they say names of blah blah blah. And then they say where they're from and stuff. I'm like, can you just say your name? Do we have to know all the freaking places or what families you're for? Do you remember what her name was? The red haired main character. Because Blake's the main male. Medra. So Medra. So he took her to school and he said basically, get ready, tomorrow's gonna be your first day. And his girl, the first original girl, is going to be showing her the ropes and showing her around the school and stuff. She's like, "What?" She's already hating on me. She's gonna be showing her. He's like, "Yeah, she'll fall in line basically. She'll do what he commands." And so she's gonna be shown around by the hater. Okay, Susan, your turn. But a lot of this book, I'm telling you, keeps on going back to those other books, so it takes away a lot of the story. I bet they could take out half this book and write it just about what the story without naming all this other stuff in the past. I will stay. I will say they need better names. Yeah, they definitely need better names. And it's like they didn't when they went into this. They didn't describe. They didn't describe her. They didn't. Did they even? They didn't say. They don't. They're not saying ages. They're not saying height. Um. They said body shape, like thin body shape and stuff like that, but no height. It's just really weird. They were telling her she's a dragon rider, and she's like, "How could I be a dragon rider if there are no more dragons?" Which goes back to a different series of books about dragon riders. So there's already two series of books before this one, obviously, that were not connected because we didn't read it, and it's just like I said, why not make it one long series? You like the name? Well, Barnabas is so common. Um, yeah, with Medra, yeah. um, exactly. Like, how do we know if we're saying the names correctly? Yeah, but Barnabas is so Dracula vampire type thing. Try reading the Star Wars book. There's some tricky stuff in there. Heck no. You read the Star Wars book? There ain't no way in the world. I don't think anybody could even pay me to read the Star Wars books. I don't even want to watch the Star Wars shit. You think I want to read the books? Heck no. For me, as a person that has like difficulty reading in general to try to keep along with the story, if you're telling me about what's present and in the past always through the book, that's kind of makes me fall off a little bit. I don't know if other people are like that. I could understand a little bit in the book, but this is all throughout the book. That was oh, John made you read Star Wars and Star. Oh, heck no. Heck to the no. Star Wars and Star Trek? Mm-mm. While as she's at the school, she's naked, covered with a cloak. Everyone's looking at her. And a girl on the second floor calls her name and tells her to come here. She's not naked with Susan. You don't even read where she did it. She's not naked anymore. Before they chained her up, the people had to hand her some clothes. So she even talks about it before. When she gets into school, she talks about what she's wearing and how the people were not happy to give up their pants and their shirt and stuff like that. Star Wars is awesome. No way, Susan. No way. You got your cool card revoked for that one. You must have skipped that part. You're not supposed to be skipping any part. Oh my goodness. You probably forgot because, like I said, you did read it, when I asked you to read it, so I don't blame you. But yeah, the girls showing her around and stuff. This is just a random person the first night showing her around and everybody's looking at her. It's not I listen, I read it tonight. I'm sure if I read it like 3 nights ago or something, I wouldn't be remembering anything. Well, I read it earlier today. I wouldn't be remembering anything like this either. I'm just fucking with Susan though. Susan got stuck on the naked part. To me, the people who write present past books have an ADHD telling you a story about what happened. Yeah, yeah, that's really and so even though I understand that because that's how I do, I think that's how I do my shit a lot of the times. I don't want to read somebody's book and it constantly go back. It's like promo for those books beforehand for sure. Too hardcore, too much in this book. But were you gonna add to when she got shown around and stuff, Susan? The one that shows her around is nice though. This first one. Everybody else has been mean to her the whole time. I watched like 6 movies and read the chapters, yeah. Susan, what movie, that movie that you told me to watch tonight, that wasn't, I didn't see it before. So at least that was a new movie for me to watch. What was it called? Yes, Susan's been reading and watching. I haven't been, like I said, I can't focus on it when my mind is somewhere else. It's like I can't really focus. So to be able to read a little bit today and watch a movie, that was a huge thing. The girl that showed her around was human. She was allowed into the school because her mom was the librarian. Yeah. So there's going to be a mixture of a lot of people. Obviously, a lot of things is going to be human. Then the vampires. Then whatever she is. Uh oh, Cobwebs movies. Yeah. Did you finish it, Susan? You said you finished the movie. You watched it, Desi? Anyway, to finish it out, she got shown to her room, and she had like a private bath and stuff. And this was a time where they didn't even have like heated pipes, so this had heated pipes for hot water that she didn't know of. So that was something new. Oh, you just watched Megan? Yeah, it is. It is dumb. um, and I mean that was basically it. She got to take a bath. She wouldn't lay down in bed. It was like I said. You would think there would be so much more in there, but there's not because they're already going. And this is what my life was before, and and it's just like I don't want to hear that. Oh, you finished it. What did you think of the movie? I thought it was okay. Like I said, in these movies today, you're not going to get much out of them because a lot of people are too soft and can't take scary stuff, so they don't make scary things anymore. It's not Susan. You thought that was it was supposed to be scary, but I don't think there were any parts that somebody would actually be scared of. It is a comedy, Desi Megan. If people think it's scary, I don't know what's wrong with them. You more laugh at it than anything. But it's like almost like a Chucky thing where it's funny, but like I said, I still think I watch it because it's gonna be funny. If people think it's going to be scary, that's when it falls into stupid because people think it's going to be scary, and it's like, do you look at this thing? How could that possibly be scary? It's supposed to be soft horror, but it's dumb. Yeah. They told her Reagan, who was Blake's betrothed wifey, was going to show her around in the morning. Yeah, I explained how she was going to be the person showing her everything besides that night. Jump scares. You thought what had jump scares? Yeah, they had no jump scares. What jump scares of a thought? Because whoa, 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 Chucky gives me nightmares. I used to be scared of Chucky, but now I watch it because it's just a one of those cult classic things. Yeah, from the commercials, always thought it was supposed to be a comedy like the movie Scary Movie. It's not supposed to be, but it really is. Like, who gets scared? If anybody gets scared of Megan movies, I don't know what's wrong with them. But I don't think Cobweb. You think Cobweb really had jump scares? I don't think. I think it's not scary. It was. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't think people would be scared of that movie. Chucky's my husband. uh, but this book is a simple read. Like it's not too. Like I said, it's filled with the past and what's happening, which it's half and half really. So far though it's not. I'm still could read it. Like I said, it's an easy read as you want to keep on turning the page. It's not like you get stuck and say, okay, forget this. So far I do like the book, but the one big downer is they keep on mentioning the past so much, all the way through this so far. Who doesn't love a ginger? Until Dawn was gruesome. Oh, really? We have to visit when your husband's out of town. Then she said, "Fuck Chucky." Of course, I like The Bride of Chucky. I wish we'd do more movies. Jennifer Tilly, right? So, like I said, what do you think about the book so far? The first three chapters, Susan. What's your little thing about it? Yeah, I love Jennifer Tilly. They need to make more movies with her in it. I like it. I haven't read any other books, so it's all new to me. Exactly, that's the part that is frustrating about it. You shouldn't feel like you should maybe want to see the other books that they're making or whatever, but you shouldn't feel like you have to read them to get what's going on in this one. You shouldn't that shouldn't happen. Like I said, I've always read books that maybe I don't have the before books, and I never they stood out individually, and I could read them individual and not have to feel like I have to do this other book to understand. The beginning of the book was, but it gets better. I wish my reading log wasn't in storage so I could tell you what I rated it and why. Okay, yeah. Like I said, I read Dean Koontz suspense thrillers. This is the first for me. It does make you feel like you need to read, yeah, that you have to read the other ones or you're never gonna get it. But they did that on purpose. Exactly. I like I said, wonderful strategy for maybe the younger people, but frustrating for the older ones that have. Like I've read so many books in my lifetime, and this is definitely one where they need half the book is basically promoting, hey, you need to read this other book to even get to know what this woman is talking about, and that's the real frustrating part about it because it seems like it's going to be a good book, you know. It might still be good despite that, but that shouldn't be so huge. Everything shouldn't always be about selling something else. Sell what's right in front of the people's face, what they're holding in their hand. Stop and let people don't do this other crap. I don't like this new age crap. Um, it does make you feel like you need to read the others, but they. Oh well, I read that. Jesse, are these the books that time you and Kobo went to Borders on the video or live? No, that was Sirens. And then didn't we look at? I don't know. I thought one day me and Susan were going through it, and we looked at what we thought the other three were, but it's a different author. So are there different authors writing each series of books? That's why Star Wars is great because it's a series. Heck no. The in-depth series I read is a series too, and it never goes back and forth like this one does. And like I said, that one has like 30 books in it so far. Because I haven't read it in like probably 6 years or something. She writes two full books a year for that series, and like two little half little books. So almost three books a year for that series, and I left it off in like reading number 26 or whatever. So I know I got probably over 30 books now. But like I said, it's still worth reading. I'm still turning the pages. I was gonna go on past to chapter 4, then I'm like, no, let me stop. It is hard reading, like unless I were to read at this time. But during the day when I try to read, it's weird because, like I said, grandbaby will just burst in my room. I'm like reading. I'm just like trying to read. He comes in. I'm still trying to read. He's like, ah, like no, you can't read or anything. He does not. He does not want you to do anything but pay attention to him. And like I said, it's only he only opens up my door. He's like I said, it's off the kitchen. So if his mom's in there cooking or something, he'll just want my door open so I could just watch him play in the kitchen. It's not even like he has to deal. He doesn't want interaction between me except to look at him, basically. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna be able to read this book until later. All the same author? What were we looking at then? The borders closest speed closed down. Oh. I wonder what we were looking at then. One thing I noticed about this book is the thin pages. I'm like, dude. So even books are going to be made cheaper? The fourth book comes out on October 20th. Oh, okay. What series of books were we looking at? A part of me hopes I really want to say, oh, I got to read the books before this and stuff. But we'll see after this. We might have to feel like we got to go search them all down. Yeah, it's a big book. One thing I noticed was I can't hold it in one hand. I read it. I just put it down on the bed and lay down and read it. I don't even try it with my hands. Has too much arthritis in them to try to hurt them holding a book. And I use my light to shine on the book page because I am blind. I use this light that's just separate. I forgot what it's called. It's used for like photos and stuff, but it's just a light that I can brighten and stuff. That's I'm like I'm just gonna use this for reading. So yeah, that's a thing too. It is a thicker. If you get the hardcover, if you don't, I don't like getting paperback, but I might just start because I don't got room for all these hardcover books. Rebecca Yarrow's Fourth Wing, and yeah, what's that? That seemed like it was to this book, these books, but it's not. Oh no, those were the books we were looking at. I thought there was some other books. I don't know. It gets very confusing. When we were looking up, I think those are the first books I was looking at when you were showing me the books. I was like, oh, what is that? Oh, I'm rusty. I'm rusty with this old um talking during the night type of thing. Dang, people lurkers or silent viewers that aren't lurkers. You got some people gotta give me a like. I only got 3 likes, I guess, because I haven't been saying it. It hasn't been a goal of mine to hit the 10 anymore. But 3, we could do better than that. People passing through, like something. The Fourth Wing series is so good. I'm on book 3. I paused it for this. Oh, okay. Yeah, that book looked really cool. I think that was someone that looked really cool. Every time I say whoever's around, one person drops off. It's like, do you guys think when I talk about people that aren't saying something, I still can't see you. I don't know who you are. You don't gotta drop off. uh, did you guys love the lovely? Dang it! Now I gotta go back to Sam's to see if they still have them. You gonna be spending like $200 on books? Oh, that series is that series we were talking about doing first too. Oh man, it might have been me. I went out to look at the pictures I took. Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of. Oh, we made the Ghirardelli brownies and used the milk instead of water, and they turned out really good. I just think she forgot to put the chocolate chips on because what did she do with them? They weren't on the brownies, but the brownies were really good. So I definitely think it was stop don't add water because water turns the whole texture and everything. So next we have the Ghirardelli, the one that has the cookie and brownie mixture together. I don't know when she's gonna make that one, but the regular, the three triple something they were called. So it had the chocolate sauce that you mix in the brownie mix, and then I think the chocolate chips go on top, which she must have forgot. But like I said, it still was good. Um, I still want some dang more Buffalo Wild Wings. That was good. That whole experience. It still makes me mad because when I had that experience um that day, like I didn't plan it out to be that day or whatever how it went, and it went so nice, and I was like, dang, I haven't had a day like this in a while, and I just felt like so grateful for it and everything like that, and um it's like the after that, then everything fell completely apart. I'm like, that's so shocking to realize to have such a day that you treasure so much. And you make sure, like, remember this, keep this in a place in your heart of how it was and stuff like that. And you always have the video and all this stuff, and then boom, it just all come crumbling to fucking pieces. The Hershey brownies had chocolate chips and they didn't melt. Not good. They were hard. I don't think these would have melted either too much because even with the brownie I got from Buffalo Wild Wings, it was still the chips weren't melted. They were on top, so but they weren't hard. You could still bite into them or everything. I could have done without it. That's why I said I don't mind them not being on these, uh, because I could have done without the chocolate chips. It's sweet anyway, so you don't need chocolate chips. But I'm glad we found a good brownie mixture because, like I said, I've been trying. I think, like I said, I think it's use milk instead of water. That's what we did. I totally had that happen to me. Great memories. How close to my heart turned to crab. Yeah, it turned to like within days. Within days, just all of it destroyed. That's just crazy to me. Every time I think about him, I think back of it like, damn, something you're so grateful for just could be snatched. And you got no control over it. and it's not my fucking fault too. So it's really fucked up. And a part of me sort of stopped doing that because I remember in my past, I remember there's been so many times where I tried to be grateful for things, and there was a part of me that felt cursed, and I started not pointing out, just like when I'll just one example. When I was, let's see, how old was I? I was probably like 27, 28 or whatever. I had struggled, with a year of depression, not being able to work. I thought that was the worst depression I ever had. Of course, when you go through something that's deeper than you ever had before, but I've had it so many times more worse than that. But that was the first one in a while that knocked me down completely. I just couldn't do anything. And then it was like I got a job and a car and stuff like that. And so one day, like I'm sitting, and this was like a third shift job, and it was a hard job, but I enjoyed it. And so I'm sitting out in the car, and I'm saying, okay, I got a car, you know, and I'm like, oh, I'm really thankful for this. Like I have to say how, no matter how hard this is, I'm so thankful for it. Boom, the next day I get in a car accident. The car's totaled. I have to quit the job because the job's an hour drive out. Um, so that kept on happening to me, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna say I'm thankful for shit. I felt like I'm saying I'm not gonna be thankful for shit anymore because that's how it goes. It kept on happening to me over and over. So these last years, I'm like, no, I'm gonna be thankful. I'm gonna say this, but I really freaking swear I feel like when I'm totally grateful for something, I swear that shit gets taken out from under me so fast, just for the acknowledgement of treasure treasuring moments and stuff. I swear that shit gets taken right from out from under me. So I'm so scared to say the things I am grateful for the fact of how fast they get taken from me. Does anybody else feel like that or had those experiences? It just it's happened to me so many times when I've said like I've thought I had friends and stuff, and the minute I say like, oh, this could be a cool person, then instantly they show, which is good, they show themselves, but why do they always gotta be shitty? It's like instantly either they show themselves or something fucked up happens to them in their life, and it keeps on happening where they fall off because they keep on having like tragedy over tragedy that's not their fault, and they fall off because of that. And it's like, am I a curse to people too? Not only a curse to my life, but a curse to people too. That's how I felt. So I will go on like being thankful and stuff, but damn, why does it? It's a fear of mine. It's always been a fear. I was just trying to bring it back, and it's just weird. No, nobody go through that, just me. But yeah, I'm in the whole trying to stay with my woosah, be peaceful type energy, and let things go and let things be, and uh there's nothing I could do for any situation. So that's a big part of it. Did everybody go away? Hello? Anybody out there? Well, the last thing I got was Susan's. Oh my god, OMG. There we go. No, not just you. I'm over here reflecting on issue. Yeah. It's, I don't know. I want to be able to say there's like it's hard to be able to say that there's something beyond pain and suffering and all that stuff because I don't know what's beyond that stuff. Something always happens. So having like barely anybody left and stuff like that is crazy to me. Just keep trucking, as the saying goes. Yeah, that's unfortunately all you can do. I wish there was something you could do to counteract all this crap, but you really can't. Best thing you can do for people is let go. But it's not like I said. It's like it's not fair moment because people have family that stay together. People have friends that stay together. People have all this stuff, and they don't have to have shit ripped from under them. You know. My auntie always tells me life must go on. Yeah, but life could kiss my ass in so many ways too, though. Sorry, life, you can't, though. I was just asking for a little bit of simpleness and a little bit of. What? Your messages? What? YouTube, get it together. My message is disappearing, so I close YouTube out and I'm back. What the heck? Yeah, because nothing was held. Right, Susan? Nothing was held. I thought you fell asleep, Jesse. Yeah, that's what I assume when people stop talking. Like, I'm like, it is late, so for me, things happen, some good, some bad. But I just look at the positives and realize God removes people who serve no good purpose in my life. I don't dwell on the negative because then that is what like nothing. Yeah, there was nothing. I was chatting the whole time. Oh dang! Oh God, you're removing every single person in my life. Can you put some people in? Can I have some? Can I have some people? They don't have to be replacements of the people that I lost, but just come on now. Scooch a couple more people my way that aren't full of crap. Damn you two. Yeah. Swear words again. um, I still have my snacks to try. Hopefully, you could do it before Easter. Because they're Easter snacks, but. And the chips to try. Just wanna. And I got a new highlighter to compare to one of my rare one. They're supposed to be like a dupe for the Rare Beauty highlighters. And then I got a mauve lipstick where that Diane recommended, but I don't know if Diane comes on here anymore. I haven't seen her in a minute. Um, so I want to like tie that all in one video. So I hope the color looks right. It's one. I don't like call them bullet lipsticks, but that's what they're called. They're just the lipstick. They are your standard form of lipstick, not liquid lipsticks or anything like that. Hey, Mrs. Augustine. I'm thinking book highlighter. I'm such a dork. But I got it like the lipstick, or something easy if somebody wanted to find it or whatever in the drugstore. Even though drugstore prices are getting high as hell for makeup, but this was like a $7 one. Revlon, more common to find and stuff like that. Um, so I hope the color looks nice. I know I'm gonna do it with a lip liner under it though. But mauve, the color mauve, there's so many shades of mauve, like so many. So I don't really know what she actually meant, but hopefully I get it close. So hopefully that video will be coming soon. Oh, what was I saying? What was that person that was on talk? Were they saying they were a computer system or something like that? That joke was funny as hell. Was it last time we were all on? I think Corky or something. I forgot. We're missing Winter Moon and Larry. Yeah, the AI guy. That was funny. Did you ever do the watermelon Kool-Aid, Susan? Is it windy for you guys where you are? It's been windy here like the last 3 days. Windy as hell. I need to make. Oh, you found it too, Desi? I think you told me you found it too, right? We have tornado warning watches right now. Rain, then snow, back and forth. That's what's been happening to us. Not the tornado. We're not in those areas, but I've been hearing about them. But rain and snow back and forth has been happening. I just haven't wanted to drink sugar. Yeah, that's why I knew not to even try to get it because I'd probably drink a little bit of it. Nobody would drink the rest of it. I'm good to see the islands have a huge storm, but my place was a safe zone. Yeah. But they're saying like through the Pennsylvania, through Virginia, all those areas gonna be tornado warnings and all that. Like they said, worse than the last 15 years or something. And I'm like, please don't come around these parts. We're more on the outside of it, so we're just getting a bunch of wind and stuff. I'm trying to think of some stories I heard about. Did you guys? I swear it got to be fake. I was reading the comments, so um, did you guys? It's not Pennsylvania gets tornadoes. Shit, it's not a common thing for Pennsylvania to get tornadoes, but just like where I live, it's not common, but those things happen. Did you guys hear about the story of the guy that said he got kidnapped by dolphins and they took him down in the sea and made him work for them and then brought him back up like so, and I'm like, come on now. Have you guys been seeing that story going around? That a guy claimed that he got kidnapped by dolphins. They brought him down to work for them and then brought him back up and then told him, we're about to get you again too to do it all over again. It's been wait. No, I didn't try the Kool-Aid. I was thinking of making a Kool-Aid covered lemon. Oh, that would be good. It's been windy and cold here, but it's supposed to be nice tomorrow. Okay. It's not common, no. What? What little How did he not drown? They're basically saying that they had some type of, I don't know. It was really like, I'm telling you, I don't understand how. No, but no, I gotta read this. It's gonna pop up if you mention it because it's definitely going around. If you look for it. Um, no, I've only been seeing the thing on YouTube. Kids, what about the dolphin? No, I've only been seeing the thing on YouTube. They put a fishbowl over his head. It was some type of thing they said. Like, people were really like, you know how when something's so fake, in the comments it will say, this is fake as shit, fake news. Well, it wasn't like that. People were really believing the story. And I'm like, and it was like a news story type thing. And I'm like, this might be just fake all around. Like, even the comments. Wonder what kind of work. Yeah, it was supposed to be some secret, like underground water thing that he was working on. I don't know. I'm surprised you guys did this. Why do I get this stupid shit? Why did they show me this dumb shit? What the heck? But yeah, I was like, where's the people that are saying this is fake and stuff? Oh, and then I'll tell you about my lovely. I told Susan about my lovely ghost experience, but my lovely, like what I call no hangman challenge, showing how to do it. It's terrible. I had to get the fuck. What the heck? What the heck is that? I don't even want to know. That's horrible, I'm sure. Did you know it's illegal to talk to dolphins or get close to them? Supposedly they can communicate like humans and tell us things we're not supposed to know. Oh shit. No, I didn't know that. I was gonna say, oh, so how I talk about tricksters a lot, when I talk about like hauntings and stuff like that, there are things out there that will legit get you when you're at your worst moments just because you're at your worst moments and then they know they can suck you in and then you'll be taken over by something that you do not want. Okay, that's why I say it. I know that this was what happened to me the other night because I was so, and I still am so sad. I mean, like I said, the saddest I've been in my life. It's just whatever. So I'm just laying here and I'm not. I don't have anything on. I can't focus or whatever. And I'm just so hurt. And I'm just laying here. And I told you I have a twin bed. So most like a lot of the bed has like a against the wall. It has like a round pillow that so that takes up like almost a third of the bed, right? Then there's me that usually hangs my butt off the bed. But because I've been falling asleep somewhat, falling backwards, I've been scooting a little bit over so I won't fall off the bed. And so there's like 2 inches behind me, right? Because I scoot over closer to the pillow. So I'm just laying there miserable as fuck. I'm telling you, just as hell. And then I feel the bed go down, just like if somebody were to try to scoot in on me. And I was like, what the hell? And I felt this before a lot of times in my life, but it's usually when I'm almost asleep or something like this. So when it presses in, I instantly go into praying. I'm like, I don't want this. I don't want you here. You know, the biggest thing my mom always said is a simple thing. It's just saying, Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and saying that over and over again. And, basically saying I'm protected. You cannot, do anything to me and nothing like that. I'm telling you, this had to be like 30 minutes of the bed being pressed down, knowing there's just something trying to lay behind me. And I saw my phone like in front of me, but I was too scared to move. And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And so I wanted to just text my daughter, like, open the door or something so this thing could get off of me. And I was just too scared to even risk that. So I was just like, for like a half hour straight, just kept on praying. Then finally, I feel the bed lift up slowly. I'm like, this shit wasn't my mother. This wasn't my imagination. Imagine you don't imagine that. There's no way you can. And I know that came to me that way because before, back in the day, if I felt something go on my bed, I wouldn't mind because I thought it was a lonely spirit. And I used to actually talk like spirits over. I don't give a fuck about what anybody believes, but that's what I was believed I was doing with those experiences. So if it was me, but then I had that one horrible experience I told you about before, and I never did it after that. So with this, I wouldn't have welcomed it either because of what I do to protect myself now. But for it to come to me in such a horrible, horrible time, and it wasn't, it was something that wanted me to make me feel like I was being comforted or something. And I know that that shit was about to comfort me. You know, so it's like tricksters, devils, and shit will come at that time because you're so vulnerable to anything. You know, and if your heart's just so lonely, you just feel like, oh, just let me have this. No, don't do it, people. Don't do it. That shit tried to get me for a half hour. It was so scary, though. Um, oh my god, Susan, I did the same after that video with the baby boy and the bus. Dolphins are my best friends. They protect us from sharks. Mrs. Augustine, I can't. Oh, I wonder what kind of work you did. Oh, heck no, yeah. So I was mad at that too after I got scared. After I was done being scared of it, I got mad. Like, don't try to come over here. My ass would be flying out my window, jumping in the car, and running down the street. Yeah, I got goosebumps. Even me thinking about it gave me goosebumps. I don't know. You weren't on the night, Mrs. Augustine. We were on one night, right? And I started hearing something. And I didn't say anything because I'm like, oh, this is going to go away. Or this is just my imagination. And then I was like, no. I was like, what the heck? Because it was lasting too long. And I was like, what is that noise? And then everybody else said, I hear it. And I thought everybody was joking. But everybody heard it. And it was just, I'm telling you, it sounded like it wasn't a loud banshee scream. It was a very low, but it sounded like a banshee scream, very low, and like it was like the wind blew it in or something. So it was like floating on wind. That's how it felt to me. Like it just was floating on wind over my shoulder, screaming a low scream, and it lasted for a while. And so I went back because I was like, I want to see if I put headphones on, could I hear it? And I went back and you could still hear that thing. So I gotta remember what video to go back so I can tell you guys when I talk about it to go back and listen to that last part, especially if you have headphones on. You'll be able to hear that, and that wasn't me wheezing or nothing like that. That was a low scream, and you can still hear it. So we've been having too much things happening more than you know. I legit used to have things happen to me every day or multiple times a day and stuff like that. But like I said, I worked on myself a lot not to have too much stuff around me and everything. But when you're suffering over other stuff, like I said, there's going to be things coming in and trying to fuck with you and all those things. Certain things like that, I'll get scared at the moment, but I won't be scared like all night over it. But that sitting 30 minutes next to me, trying to, creep up on me, trying to snuggle with me, that's scaring me even days after. So I'm like, don't try to bring your incubus or succubus ass around me. The things that Susan wants to be. That same night I was outside. Oh yeah, yep. That same night I was outside with the dogs and heard cats screaming, and that was the first time living there more than 20 years. That night was freaky, and you haven't heard it since either. It was that one night. Was that the same night we? That wasn't the same night we watched the clip of that one series, was it, Susan? that we were like hell not to. I want to be called Succubus. What was that show called? She was sexy. Oh, was there a show called Succubus? I'm about to look it up. It was called that, Susan? So, no, man, do I even look this up, man? Because this is like, oh, the show movie, there's a movie Succubus. I know you're not talking about this one. Has no business being a good as good as it is. What? What's this on? It was when we both went. Oh, that was. Yeah, we both went to look at it, and it showed that we both started watching it. Yeah, and we had it, and just even that, I was like, nope. When you get signs about that so close to whatever, don't watch that movie. I'm telling you. That's why I don't like to be alone after scary movies. Now, no, it was a TV show, and the girl was a succubus. I can't remember. Oh, okay. You know, I used to watch every time on cable. I used to watch like every ghost story and just everything. And so anybody that was at my house, they would be watching the ghost stories with me because that's what I would have on late at night, lights off and everything like that. And one night I was watching a ghost story with one of my brothers, and uh it was about like a racist ghost, you know, obviously it was like a I think it was like a mining town type thing, and the ghost was racist or whatever. But when the show ended, like my brother looked weird, and then I was like, well, that was messed up or something, because I'm thinking, oh, they talked about a racist ghost. I've never had that happen before. And then he turns, and in this country bumpkin ass um accent, he says something about mixed race, which we are, okay? But he says something offensive, and in this country bunkin voice that wasn't him, right? So when he said that, I was like, who the hell's talking? It wasn't in his tone or anything. And I looked at him and I was like, what the fuck did you just say? And he repeated it. And I was like, what the hell's wrong with you? And then he like jumped up on the couch and was crouched down like a fucking gargoyle. And I went and ran to my daughter. She was like she was a teenager then. And I was like, look at your uncle over there, on the couch, And she looked at him and she said, forget that, and left me back with him. I was like, what am I supposed to do with him? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What the hell was I supposed to do? So basically, um, it passed, but then I remember us talking about it, he got mad because he's like, you didn't ask me if I wanted water. I'm like, I was supposed to ask your possessed ass if you wanted some water? Like, you think that ran through my head? He was so mad. I'm like, dude, I was scared as hell. I didn't ask him if he needed some water. But yeah, that was scary too. There's always something happening. Dang, it booted her again. That's what's been happening to everybody. Lost Girl. Dang. The Night I Get On. Lost Girl. I have to put Succubus because. What is Lost Girl? I never watched this. Succubus. Succubus Bow. Is that her name? Succubus Bow? Where are all these series? I thought I did I do this. Wait. No, I don't think I watched this. That's my wheezing now. I'm starting to wheeze a little bit. No, I didn't watch this. You think she's sexy, Susan? No. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, her name was Bo. Okay, I see her now. So the few people I do have on here, it's just throwing off. That's real nice. Oh, I got 7 likes. Let's do 3 more before I hop off here. Tonight is the night without any... Oh, I have those hot pickles if I wanted to try them. But I'm kind of scared. The Wickle pickles, I still haven't tried them yet. I might just have to try them because I don't have any cucumbers or anything for tonight. Suck in the succubus? Heck yes. Don't you be talking about sucking a succubus before a succubus does come to you. Or even worse, an incubus that you don't want. Talking about sucking a succubus. You nasty. YouTube boots us, I don't want to get booted. Yeah, Mrs. Augustine, it was doing it for Diane. Like, anytime she came in, she would be like, what happened to your live? And it's like, we were still there for hours, you know? So it's just throwing people off. It's too early to get off. I'm so lonely. I'm not getting off. I was just saying, uh, people, what was I saying? It's booting the people off. But I'm not getting off yet. Well, yeah, what would you guys do in a situation if the person you were sitting around got like a little possessed? Or would you be like, oh, here's some water? I was like, what the hell? I was doing the whole singing bowls, doing mantra, listening to mantras. I was just doing everything to try to get out of this slump I was in. I am in. It's too. Oh, gonna take me a minute to get used to your time. Yeah, I know. Walk away. Never come back, huh? That's why I said, how's he gonna tell me that I should have asked him if he wanted water? The movie I watched called Angus was so stupid about a nun that... Oh, that one was done? Hey, Larry, what's up? We were just saying, where's Larry at? A little while ago. Dang, obviously, Jesse hasn't been able to get back on this time. I wonder if she has to update something. I almost watched that movie last night, Susan. Really? The same movie? I was gonna watch it if she said it wasn't stupid, but I'm trying to think, did I see that? Let me go see if I think. I can't ever tell unless I watch a movie a few minutes now if I watched it. Wait. What was it on Netflix, Susan? Agnes? Oh yeah, I didn't watch this one. So yeah, I'll keep away from that if I remember. That's why she's trying to uninstall. Oh, okay, and reinstall. It says it's 210 on net. It's 210 on net. Wait. It says it's 210 on Netflix? I don't get it. Don't waste your time. Yeah, I'm not wasting mine either. Oh, top 10. Really? For it to be top 10 and suck that bad? Some series came back. I forgot what it was and what it was on that I watched. Gaslit by My Husband. What the heck? Oh my gosh. The new words that are coming about in movies and stuff, it sounds so stupid to have to read it. Um, I'm trying to. I don't remember what that was. It makes me so mad because then I gotta go on all the things I have to figure out what the show was that came back and had another season. I don't know what it was. I'm looking through some things now. So maybe if you guys watched it or watch it, I could let you know. Even no good movies I would want to watch that are in the top 10 for Netflix. Usually there's one I would want to watch. Now there's none. What is the series? Hmm. I need to watch my One Piece series, but I haven't had the mind capacity, so I've been watching movies, yeah. I wish I remembered things. It just sucks to think because your mind doesn't remember that you forget everything enough to write it down. I don't, I always think I'll remember this. Mm. It's From. I think that's what it is. From. Did you guys watch that one? Yeah, that's what came out again from. I gotta watch that. What's it on again? Hmm. Is it on Netflix? What the heck's from on? Well, anyway, whatever that streams on, I gotta watch that. Menopause brain fog, and no joke, I went into the garage and forgot. Yeah, what I went in there for. It's called From. Yeah, yeah. You guys should watch that if you want to watch something interesting. I liked it. It kept my interest for a while, so I definitely gotta watch it again. Is it good? I liked it. Like I said, for me, it's so hard for me to say anything's good anymore after all they got to take out of stuff, because of all the sensitivity. But it was enough to keep my attention and stuff. So it's the new age good, I would say, because I think our real good, is never gonna happen again. Like I said, because of what they take out of things now. Also, it's on Prime. Okay. Oh man, I think it has something where you have to pay. You have to pay. Oh, it was on something else that was free, and then I remember you have to pay. I would have to pay to watch it on Prime. Damn it! Damn it! So I can't even watch it. I don't think I'm not paying. Oh, yeah, that sucks. So I'm not even gonna be able to watch it. I'm not paying $20 to watch it. What was it on? I'm about to go to all the things I have. Peacock. Something has it. Still not the new one. I'm mad. From. Mm. So I'm not. I've been looking forward to it. I can't. I'm not paying that. I'm not paying that. All right. Well, forget that one. Dang. It's a scary show. Like you're it. Yeah, but like I said, I don't call those scary, but it is supposed to be scary. I just googled it. It has a bunch of places: Apple TV, Fandango, no Peacock. Dang. It's almost like they describe it as like Lost. Remember Lost, that old ass series? Because it's like this thing that they don't see is affecting them. But it's more scarier than like Lost or something. But like I said, there's not many things that scare me anymore. But so it is interesting enough to watch. I wish I could watch it. It makes me mad that I can't watch it because I don't have any of those things, and I'm not paying $20. But there's something that has the first season for free. That's how I watched it. I got 3 months free off Apple TV. I need to use it to watch. Oh. Yeah. You're waiting for the moment where you know you're gonna watch the hell out of it, so you get your money's worth of the 3 months. I wish I'm still. What else do I have? I have Peacock. I have Hulu, Netflix. Do I have anything else? Because there's something I watched at least the first season. You probably, if it's still there. Do I have something else that I stream with Peacock, Netflix, Hulu? I feel like there's one other thing I can't remember. Maybe not. Oh, so I'll just leave it alone. Oh, did I get logged out of my sheet? Oh well, I don't know. Yep, I watched the first 2 episodes they show at the premiere. Okay. Larry left already? Larry, you still around? That's what I was about to ask. What do you have for dinner? But I think he left. He be staying on a whole minute or something. Uh, yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. You don't want me to leave, Susan? Give me something to talk about. I don't know. YouTube keeps showing less people than in here than there really is, so it's confusing. Yeah, like so they've always done that. Even when, like I've had up to 10 people talking at once before in here, and they would only be like, 2 people are in the room. But lately it's a lot less. Now I'm gonna have that song in my head. Thanks. What song? I don't know. What did I say? At least got up to 7 likes. Got a few more likes. Come on, we could do the 3 more before the night ends. I was trying to find a. Oh, well, let's give them something to talk about. I was trying to find a movie or something I would watch when I get off here if I was bored. But I'm most likely gonna jump into my. Oh, they got the Suitcase Killer. Oh, it's a movie. Oh my gosh. Did you guys ever watch that crime story of the Suitcase Killer? I think that's what this movie is based off of. Oh, maybe not. It might be. Let me see. Let me make sure before I start talking about it. Oh my gosh, it just left me. I'm gonna be watching something I don't know what yet. Because it's only 9 for you. Yeah, it's 3:18 here. Anyway, I don't know if this is the same thing because there's probably so many things that could be related to the suitcase thing, but there was one thing where um a woman a woman and her um ex or whatever. Let's wait to see if I gotta do the block key on somebody real quick. Um anyway, there was this guy. I think it was her ex, and he came over. Or did he come over? Or did they live together? I'm trying to think about it. Anyway, they were drinking, and she dared him to go into a suitcase and be zipped up in the suitcase. So they were both drunk as heck or whatever. So the guy was like, "Yeah, I'll do it," basically. And he went in the suitcase, and she zipped him up in it. And then she basically just sat down and started drinking more. And he was like begging for his life to get out of the suitcase. And she was just like, "Yeah, you're an asshole, you're this and that," while he's zipped up in the suitcase. So for hours, she's like recording herself with him. He's like, "Please let me out, please," begging for his life and stuff. And she's just like, "Yeah, you're this and you're that," and just drunk as hell. And then, like, the next day, obviously, he died. And uh, she's gonna call the police and say, "Oh, they were just doing a drunken fun game like of hide and seek type of thing, and he zipped himself up at there." And then when it was basically, I think when they basically knew that she basically said she forgot because they were drinking. But she literally zipped him up in the suitcase and let him die that way. That is craziness. That's insanity for you. It doesn't matter how much you don't like the next person or your ex or all that other stuff. Payback like that makes you a more horrible person than they ever were. Because he could have been an asshole and all that, but he didn't deserve to get zipped up and die in a suitcase. Even when they were questioning her the next day, she still seemed drunk as hell. Did you guys hear that case ever? Oh, you never heard of it? I don't know if that's what's on there, but it looks like it because she had to go through, obviously, a trial and everything. You can't film tormenting a person and then try to say, "Oh, we just forgot." You didn't forget that man was in that suitcase. He was begging to get out the whole time. I want to find something scary, though, to watch. Though they're taking Van Helsing away. Oh, Van Helsing is another series that I have conflict with because it was good and stupid at the same time. But they're taking it away. I always watch that a few times, at least once a year. I might have to watch that before it goes away. That has 5 seasons. I can't believe they're taking it away. See, even though it's stupid, it makes me sad. Jesse's done it 4 times and it's not working. Oh. Tell her don't stress over it. That sucks. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. And she's been waiting to stay up for these lives and she's finally up and it's throwing her out. That's not right. Dang, but Van Helsing's gonna go. Why you do that, Netflix? I'll find something. Did you see the 2 girls in the patrol car talking about? Oh yeah, wait, how they ran off. The judge saw the footage and said, "Nope, you're not going anywhere." 2 girls. You're talking about the young ones. They were talking about jabbing somebody, right? Or are you talking about something else? Because I recently saw 2 girls talking in a patrol car very nonchalantly about their plan to, but they were talking about like stabbing somebody, right? Like, oh yeah, and I only touched the knife once. Like they just did not give a crap that they plotted to do this to a person. If that's what you're talking about, yeah, that was wild. And that's what I think. That's a big part of. That's the school incident. Yeah, that's really a big part of how society is and what is the next generation. What's going to be the people that are watching after our old asses. People that think like that. You know what I mean? That's so scary. And no, that's not because they took away. I mean, yeah, it is because they took away all the hardcore stuff so that when people talk about it or mention it, it seems like it's not shit. Because, we're doomed. I don't want to be. First of all, I don't want to be in a nursing home, period. But imagine having to be somewhere old as fuck and have these people that don't think twice about taking somebody else's life take care of you. No, thank you. That think it's funny. I didn't know the judge said anything. Like I didn't. I didn't see beyond them just talking about it. So they literally got charged for something for that. I feel like this dry ass sinus infection is on its last leg. Hopefully, and does not come back. I'll be so glad when I don't gotta be, like I said, all of it was dry, but hopefully it's almost over because I still get a little nasally and have to clear my throat a lot. Dang, Larry, what you be doing? Waking up for a second and hopping on here? Ouch. What is that? Alright, we hit the 2 hour mark. I don't think I'm going to stretch this out anymore. It's only me and you, Susan. You still want to be on here? We have other ways of communicating. You're like, yeah, you're still. Oh, is Desi still around? So pickles and what else you gonna have? Just with the tuna. the tuna salad thing. And like I said, these pickles scare me. I've never been. Baby keeps waking up. Oh no. Turkey and pickles? No, it would be tuna salad and pickles. I don't have any turkey left. So it's just the little crackers they give you, which I don't like eating those, but I don't have any bread or anything. I gotta order stuff tomorrow. My sunshine is a party animal. Oh, tuna with pickles sounds good. But I'm scared of these pickles because, like I said, it seems like for every pickle there's a jalapeno slice, and then I swear they have Thai peppers in them or the bird peppers or whatever you want to call them. I'm about to look up this stuff. Why did I buy these things? I'm about to look up what they have in it before I try it because I don't want to take it out of the refrigerator and then not use it. Let me go into my things that I bought. Wickle pickles. Wicked pickles. Wickle pickles. Wickle pickles. I should have read it before I got it. Why did I do this? Okay, see, it says it has cucumbers, pineapple, fresh jalapeno peppers, sugar, water, distilled. Okay, red chili pepper, salt. What is the other pepper? There's a other pepper in there, and it's not even. It doesn't even say. That doesn't make any sense. There's a red pepper in there. It's not a red chili pepper either. Well, I mean, red chili pepper can mean anything, can it? The ratio of jalapeno, and I didn't know it had pineapple. What the heck? That's why it's called Hulu, probably. Now I really don't know. Pineapple. What would be the picture of a red chili pepper? Let me look that up. Maybe it's just a red chili pepper. Images. Yeah, well, so red chili peppers are just called red chili peppers. It doesn't tell you what kinds. He keeps waking up, giggling, and saying, "Mom, oh no." Try the dye pepper only burns. So red, no, it's a cayenne pepper. It just says red chili peppers. That could mean so many things. I'm not a pepper expertise. How am I supposed to know? Because a Thai pepper is called red chili pepper. They all look alike. Don't try them if you get heartburn unless you got some. I don't get heartburn. I get that. Not, I hardly get that. When I get it, it's from something very weird, not the common things. I know that's the thing. With Thai, that's what I think I asked you that. Where Thai peppers burn extremely, like at the beginning, but it has a very short burn. It's not long lasting. I need to get some tomatillos and serrano peppers. I never tried serrano peppers. Oh, yeah, but it doesn't matter if they turn red when they ripen. It should tell what strain of pepper it is. It doesn't matter if they all turn red. Paprika is also called red. See, that's what I'm saying. It should have what kind it is, not just a vast red chili pepper. All I know is it's in there. That's one thing Babykins does here mostly. He sleeps through the night besides when he wants his bottle. Then he'll drink his bottle and go right back to sleep. Dang you, Wickle Pickle. I'm scared. I'm still gonna try it because I don't just want to have tuna salad plain. I gotta have something to offset that. Usually I'll have like a little bit of Doritos too, but I don't have no Doritos. I only have salt and vinegar chips, and I do not feel like they go with the thing, and they're all crushed. I'm telling you, Lay's chips, man, at least a third gets wasted now by me because there's so many rotten spots and stuff. So at least a third of the bag gets wasted. Spice level is okay for me. I want to know if it's a soggy pickle. Because those, yeah, I don't want soggy pickles either. That's how the spares of the Dave's house were, and they could be thrown. They're gonna be thrown away. I'm not even. I can't even eat those. The chips were way better and crunchier. The spares sucked. These are chips, so I'm sure that they should be crunchy. Hopefully. But yeah, let me not string this on. I'm gonna hop off and do what I gotta do to try to either watch something or go to sleep, something like that. So the next chapters are 4, 5, 6, and we'll talk about those. Hopefully, I'll be on, tomorrow or whatever you want to call it. It's hard to say tomorrow when it's like early in the morning. When I want to say tonight because it would be tonight. But whenever I come on next, we'll discuss it. Hopefully, it will be soon. I don't like too much time going in between lives. Thank you guys for staying with me and chatting. I hope you enjoy the little bit that we do here. We're trying to make it something. And for you guys that do watch the replay, please hit the like button and leave a comment. Maybe on what book maybe you would want us to read. Movies, anything like that. Just join the conversation. And I hope everybody has a good night. And if you guys are having a horrible, rough time, and it's every day, all day, please just try to hang in there. I'm hoping for something good. I hope you get something good comes out of your life. We just got to keep on hoping and praying that things change. Just hang in there. Know that you're not alone. Um, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Good night. Jesse said, hold on. Wait, she said, hold on. She's frustrated as fuck and wants to see if it'll work. Okay. All right. I just did the whole outro. Jesse said, hold on. She's like, I'm up, damn it, tonight. I'm all night. All right. I'll wait around though. Just a little bit more. Okay. I jump on my Instagram to see what she's saying. Oh, she's really been trying. And I think some people that get thrown off the lives, I think not Jesse, I'm not talking about Jesse, but I think some people think that the host has some way of throwing you off the lives, and that's not possible. Brown sugar boba tea. Brown sugar boba tea Oreo. I never had a boba tea. It's her. Wait, what? She's in here. In there. Hmm? I grew up on boba tea, so I'm sick of it. Oh, yeah, I never tasted it. I can't. I don't think I would be able to because I can't stand texture and just. Even though I know it's boba in the drink, I think I would flip out just from like sucking something up through a straw. I think I just, no matter what I would tell myself, it would happen. I would just get grossed out. I'm quoting the movie Hot Chick. Oh, Jessica stuck in her phone. She needs to come out. Oh, okay. I'm like, what's happening? Why did that get hidden? What the heck? Why did that get hidden? Because it said Hot Chick? Hot Chick? That's the movie's name? Why haven't I watched any movies you guys watched? I feel so weird. Hot Chick. Is that the movie, guys? I'm back even though it blacked. It really didn't matter. But yeah, I'm back. Wait, even though I'm back even though it's black. You really didn't matter. Wait, what? But yeah, I'm back. You guys, words. I don't know today. Is it just me? Rob. So she says the letters weren't working and her pictures weren't opening. I didn't mean to say black. I meant to say back. Oh, we were saying where'd you go? Because everybody was asking what did you have for dinner. But the movie was called Hot Chick. Oh, oh yeah. If I watched that, I dang sure. How do you guys remember lines and stuff from movies? I could never. I'd never been able to do that. Larry have a typo issue too. um, he went and cooked him something. Oh, what did I have for dinner? Venison shepherd's pie. Okay, Susan, you know I'm greedy as fuck. I was like, dang, Larry, you only come on for like 5, 10 minutes. I was like, this time it was only 1 minute. Did you see they're making another scary movie, Impossible, another white chicks? I saw the scary. I saw the scary movie thing. I don't like the scary movie comedy ones. I don't know. I never really liked watching those. But White Chicks was funny. Larry, we need you to share dinner with us. I'm worried about matter. How are you doing? I hope you have been feeling well. I've been okay, I guess. I'm still, I'm still, my heart's still ticking away. So I guess I could say I'm doing okay. So you're saying let me go back to it then. Did she say something after she went to restart her phone, Susan? Yeah, you were telling me about that one. That's why I didn't watch it. I was gonna watch that one too, the Marlin one, but no, thank you. Desi's was held. A white chicks too will suck. They need to leave. Yeah, that's true. They need to leave it alone. That's true. Some classics you need to not mess with. Um, I got you anytime you're in Florida. Holler at me. I will make sure that I will fill you guys up. What? Why was his hell? Oh, ass, because he said ass. I met Sean and Marlon Wayans. Marlon was funny as fuck, and Sean was stuck up. Really? But nice. Yeah, and Larry trying to fill our asses up. That's why they held it. Susan, don't let your ain't got good food in Hawaii either. That's why I want to come to eat. Yeah. Hopefully, you meant feed our asses. Cause really, we may have to fight Larry. Well, Larry said dinner, not dessert. Oh shit. um, her phone must really be if it still didn't come to, must have some updates needed. My succubus is gonna come out. Oh shit, not the succubus. I guess you got to be more careful. Susan, you better stop with that dang succubus. I'm telling you. You'll be like, what's happening? Something's filling up my butt. What's going on here? What's grabbing my ass when I'm trying to sleep? Boys got bombed fully, but wait a bit. We just got hit by a bad storm. Yeah, Jesse needs a spare phone for moments like this, or a tablet or something. Cause I got a computer, I got a laptop, tablet, and a phone. I don't play. Susan, fuck that storm. I'm the storm. Let me eat. There's a storm. There's a volcano erupting on one island. There's a lot of stuff going on over there. I need to go to the Apple Store down to check my phone and iPad. What do they do? What do you mean check it? They just see if there needs updates or something? I got my phone and TV, but the TV I can't check. Yeah. I don't have it. I stopped watching TV a long time ago. But so that's why I use my laptop as a TV. Oh, check the batteries. Yeah, but you said your phone your tablet's like 10 years old. That probably needs more than a battery. I know now with the new the Galaxy stuff, they tell you now that you only have like 2 to 3 years of updates. Then after that you don't get any more. So they basically tell you no matter what you do, if you keep your stuff good and in good condition, it doesn't matter because after basically 3 years, the software won't work anymore. And that's so shitty. They were like, dang, people are getting too smart, changing their own batteries, fixing their own screens. Well, now you just won't have the programming. You won't have the software. You can't fix that, bitches. So, I don't think Jesse's making the comeback here. Oh, that's the wrong one. That could be the case for iPhone. It better not be the case. I'm not one that needs an upgrade every year. That's crazy. I tried to connect a 7-year-old phone, and my carrier said they can't connect it because it's expired. Damn. Never knew phones expired. Damn. Yeah, they're not playing that anymore. They're like, you're going to keep getting the new shit that costs a bunch of money. Like, they don't care. That's why right before when they were talking about him doing the tariffs and stuff, right before that, I got a new tablet because I'm like, forget that. I'm not waiting for prices to double or triple. So I got a new tablet. The old one still works too, though, so it's not outdated yet. But I just made sure to get that. But I don't ever get like the newest, fanciest. I always get like the mid stuff, somewhere in the middle, because I'm not paying like $1,000 or something for my shit. I'll do research and find like something in the middle for like a phone and a tablet. My computer's probably mid too, but it works for me. We got to like 4 o'clock. If she don't come back, I'm hopping off. Especially now that I know my daughter could hear my voice carries into her room. It's weird because I guess it's because I have my fan on that I don't hear anything from their rooms. It's like get a fan so you won't hear me either. I don't get new phones until the phone I have absolutely doesn't work. I having to transfer everything and learn new formats. With my last phone, I didn't even transfer anything over. I left the stuff on my old phone, which makes me sad. But I did not know how to transfer any of that stuff over. Yep, I'm the same. Don't need the newest version. Yeah. Most of the stuff I don't know how to work anyway. Yeah, I think her phone probably is doing a slow restart. She must have a lot of stuff that need to get updated. But yeah, don't need the newest thing because I don't know how to work any of this shit and don't even have the capacity to learn how to work it. It's just my brain's not going to do that anymore. The only thing I want to learn how to do, if it doesn't cost money, is how do I start clipping some of my YouTube stuff where I could put it into shorts. Because I know some of the ones where I'm on video showing myself. Some of those I do, like some of like the funnier moments and stuff. I would like to put it in shorts and put it out there. But like I said, anytime I try to put my video on my computer, it says that I need YouTube Premium. I still haven't found a way around that. And I don't know if I go into the editing, if I edit into a short, does it mess up my whole video? That's what I'm scared of if I could do it within YouTube. That would be good for your channel. Yeah, that's about the only thing I'm going to try to learn. Other than that, I don't need to learn anything. I don't have the capacity for it. The older I get, it's just not there. Like I used to be able to. I don't know if you guys ever went back way when I first started my videos. I had to. They were just videos. They weren't lives, and those were too long to be worked on, learning the stuff and all that. And then no, I could never learn that stuff again and do video format. Hell no, I don't. I don't have the patience for it. The most simplest thing you think you're doing takes up to 6 hours. No, nope, no. iPhone in America sucks because 14 and up you can't change the SIM card. So in Thailand, I couldn't go the cheaper route. Oh, I get. Oh, okay. Dang, that's not good. Yeah, never been an out iPhone. Mine's been Galaxy, which I guess is still called Android, even though it's not Android. I don't understand why it's called Android. But yeah, I guess that's what it is called. And I don't trust Chat GPT. I know a lot of people are using it now. I hate that everything's turning so phony, especially people's thumbnails and stuff. So I don't want to be that person. And like I said, I don't trust that shit. But that's what a lot of people are doing. And I can understand why they're doing it because that shit's all thumbnails and stuff, that shit's hard to do. So Chat GBT doing it all, it just looks so stupid. But that's a new world. Maybe I'll trust it one day enough to do it. Would you do that, Susan? Let Chat GBT start doing it? So many reels, I question if it's real. I think, you remember the music I sent you? I haven't Googled it yet, but I think that's not even a singer. I think that's AI. I mean, wait, not the one that's on the horse, but the other one. I know it sounds all weird. The other one song, I don't think that's a person. Anytime I see any of the songs, um, it's always AI. It's never a person, and I'm like, I don't think it's a real person. The song's good, but I don't think a real person's singing it, which is weird. Does that exist? Is there AI musicians like music? I'm so like I don't even know what's real and fake anymore. Like what is AI? But the girl on the horse was actually a person singing. The other one I've only seen in an AI format. Yeah, so don't tell me to do it, Susan. You know, talking about some heck no. Not gonna tell me to do it. I don't even sleep with my phone facing me. Yeah, neither do I. I put my phone away from me in something. I put it screen side down, and I'm like, yeah. I make sure to keep it off my bed. I'm like, I don't want to end up being a person that sleeps the phone, and I don't have any of that stuff either. Like where all my stuff isn't voice activated or anything like that. Doesn't matter. They still hear every damn thing in the world, but yeah, I make sure none of that stuff's on. But you telling me to do it. You can't be too trusting in everything. Even though every programming that's on your phone and tablet, all the stuff you have to say yes to now is so messed up. The girl on the horse was dope, yeah. To have the horse, I know, just chilling like that. For her, the animal was feeling exactly that. That's why I said I think that made that whole video nice. But oh, you said just joking, huh? Oh, but I think that other person is AI. And the girl on the horse doesn't have much of a fan base. I think she just that was like one of her first things. Cause I can't find anything else on her music. I see music videos of songs that are collabs. Yeah, I see the with real singers. It's weird. See, I've only seen collabs that are done that are just. I think it's real singers, but they don't. That's why I said I don't know what this one is. I know anytime they show her singing anything, it's an AI. It's an AI thing made up. It's not her. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it because I was just listening to it. I didn't even want to go down that rabbit hole, but I'm telling you, anytime I see something singing, it's AI. It's not a person. So I guess you could do that these days. I know I don't like when they mix songs and I think it's an actual collab with the singers. And it's just a person mixing the singers together. But you said real singers are doing it, so it's not just the voices. Like a song by yeah, CNN, but it's not real. It's AI. But are you saying with real singers meaning like the famous ones, not other people singing in their place? Okay. All right, yeah, that's what I've been seeing a lot too. But this isn't a collab. This is just a person singing songs, and I haven't seen everything that I've seen them doing has been AI so far. The figures they're showing. All right, guys, I waited a little bit longer. She's not. Hopefully, she'll be able to get on tomorrow if she's awake. Um, I'm not gonna say a long goodbye this time because I already said my goodbye. But yeah, thank you guys again for sticking out this time waiting while we were waiting. That's crazy. And AI ruined reality. Exactly, it has. And it's going to do it more and more. That's the scary part about it. Nobody's going to want a real person. They're just going to want fake made up shit. I seen a real AD. Hey, what's Buzz? What buzzed in here? Like a, what the hell? What the fuck just happened? I don't have, I don't have anything that would buzz in here and it just did. Behind me. I don't have all my technology is right in front of my face, and behind me something just did an alert, and I don't have nothing else. Anyway, I seen an ad AI saying all I need is your voice, and I'll do the rest. Oh heck no! Remember I saying about kidnappers using people's voices? Yeah, to trick kids. Yeah, that was very weird. What just happened? But isn't my life is weird? Okay. All right, you guys. I will talk to you later. Have a good night. Susan, contact me if you're still bored. I'm not going to sleep. Just get it off of here. All right, you guys. Thank you. See you next time.